Oh wait, I wasn't recording. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Today is a rarity. I'm gonna try baking, which I'm not gonna do very often on this channel because I'm not very good at it. I'm home. I figured there's no better person to shoot this than my mom. Home for Thanksgiving, we're visiting the house. This isn't our house. And we're going to make a beef Wellington. This is the first time I've ever tried making this. Fair warning. We're gonna start off with puff pastry. We're gonna get a large bowl. We're gonna put the flour. We're going to put xanthan gum, baking powder, and salt all on together. Can you see those?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then you are going to whisk that together. And then you're going to chop up butter. So we want 6 tablespoons. And from what I've heard, it is best to use your hands to break it up. Okay. Why waste it? So we're going to press this all together with our fingers. Everything is all mixed up. It should look something like this.
Here, I'm recording all this.
So, now we're gonna add the sour cream. If it needs any cold ice water, just to kind of give it some firmness, you're gonna do that by the teaspoon. So you don't wanna put in too much at once. So I have this ready just in case. Oh, that feels so weird. It's a little too sticky. It's still gonna be somewhat rough. So now we're gonna put it into the cling wrap.
You probably don't want to show this part. It's dope.
It looks like dough, right?
It does. Can I talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're on to the meat portion of this. You're gonna need a really nice cut of filet, or what's it called?
Mm-hmm.
Is it filet?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's
The
just
tenderloin.
Tenderloin? Tenderloin. Part of the reason that I'm doing this is because we had a super nice cut of tenderloin for Thanksgiving. And I cut a piece off so that I could do this video. That was a couple days ago, so it isn't quite as beautiful as it was. It's a little brown, but it's still an incredible cut of meat. Totally still edible.
Oxygenation.
Oxygenation. Typically you would use a Parma ham. We just had like a deli style type of ham. Here, we'll use that. Let's get into it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to chop up the portobellos. And typically I would use food processor, but this household doesn't have one. We're just gonna use a blender. We're gonna add butter and olive oil to our pan once it heats up a bit to try to brown out the meat just a tiny bit, and then it's gonna go in the oven. So this is literally just to get it, have some color to it. While our pan is heating up, we're gonna make this mushroom concoction. Nope. It's really wet, right? There's a lot of moisture in the mushroom. And we want to get that out. We're just gonna put this into another pan, but you don't want to put anything in it. You don't want to put any butter, you don't want to put any olive oil, because you want it to just have the water come out, right? So this pan is nice and hot. We're ready to add our butter and our olive oil. We're going to season our meat with salt and pepper. You're going crazy. It's literally right there. Woo! You can see this is really nice and brown, so we put that in. It's going to sizzle. Add that color. And you just want to place it. You don't want to drop it. So we're going to put this in our other side. Ow! Not ideal. Use a food processor. Ugh, new kitchen issues. You do not want to cook this all the way through. You just want it to have some brown. So we're going to take it off the heat. And if you just let this sit entirely, it will stick to the pan. So try to move it around a tiny. Season it with a little bit of thyme leaves and salt and pepper. So here's where the mustard comes into play. We just got French's. Nice looking. And it helps if you have some kind of brush where you can just slather it on. Alright, next step, going to be to wrap all this together. So you're going to want to get a clean station. Okay, you're going to lay out your cling wrap. You're going to lay your pan in layers. You just want enough so that you can put this nice fillet on it. Cool. So then we're going to put our portobello mushroom on top of this. Oh man, maybe I think we should have got way more portobello mushrooms. Shoot! It looks like you should get 4. Lesson learned. Our meat. Beautiful meat.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting good at this. You're going to carefully try to wrap this all around together. Oh, shit.
Okay, go ahead.
So the parmesan wasn't big enough to cover the whole fillet of meat. We had a really big piece of meat relative to what you're typically going to use. So we just put another piece on. Now you're going to roll it like a Cuban cigar. Look at that hunk of meat and mushrooms. So we're going to put this in the fridge. Ideally you want to let it rest for a little bit. Alright. The puff pastry. Make sure you have a clean, dry surface. You're gonna want some of your gluten-free flour. And again, I am not at all expert in this by any means. This is actually my first time trying it, so see how it goes. Really?
Alright.
So I'm just gonna put a little more. Should I throw it up in the air like a pizza?
No. That actually looks amazing.
Good on you, Bobs. It's probably not a full 20 minutes, but I'm impatient. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your egg wash and you're going to put it along the sides of your pastry. Mine does not look like Gordon Ramsay's. I guess I should put the meat on first so I have like an understanding of where this should be. I'm going to put it in the middle of this pastry. Middle-ish. I'm just gonna put it all the way around the meat so that the pastry can stick to it. All right, now here comes the real hard part. Good luck. Only slightly falling apart. Yeah. He like cut this part off, right?
Yeah.
Should I?
Okay, so
Take off a little bit of this so it's not like crazy deli on one side. Feels like a turducken. This thing is thick. Alright. Not too shabby, huh? That doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a little like misshapen, but that's kind of how the meat started, so. Okay. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. We're going to put another layer of egg wash all over the top of this. To make it look really fancy when it comes out, we're gonna score it. What that means, you just take a utensil, you scrape it off. And then last but not least, you should use kosher salt. Don't have it, Himalayan it is. Transfer to this, which is going to be very hard. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do this.
spatula.
Alright, and then we're going to put this into our oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Whenever it's preheated. I'm excited! Woo!
Okay,
Red light's on.
red light is on.
Do this! Ah, that's hot. Holy crap. We had to put it up to 420 and then left it in for way longer than 20 minutes because it wasn't browning, but looks good. So we're gonna let it rest. I'm gonna transfer it over here. Whew! I mean, first time ever. Big reveal. I mean,
That was great.
first time ever. So what I have heard is you do not want to cut thin slices, so make sure to cut it thick. It's a little raw, I think. Alright. So we cooked this for well over 20 minutes at 420 when you're only supposed to cook it at 400. Because we're at such high altitude in Asheville, North Carolina, we're gonna have to put it back in just to cook it a little bit. But I'm gonna eat one of the end pieces because we have an appointment we gotta go to, so.
Huge bite.
Mmm. Whoa. Whoa! Woo! I've never been able to have, this is insane. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, we messed up on the mushrooms, get 2 portobellos instead of, or 4 instead of 2.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Wait, which one are you gonna eat?
Can I take a bite of this one?
Mm-hmm.
That was really good.
Did you say that's really good?
We're real good.
That's delicious.
I think you gotta be a fan of mustard, but. You wanna try a piece?
Sure. You gonna split this, Amanda?
Yeah, I mean, if you're good to eat it, go for
Good to
it.
eat it.
I'm just, it does look a tiny bit undercooked.
Yeah.
Anybody see my shoes?
That really good. Except around the edges.
What do you think?
It's terrific.
This is why I say cooking is different than baking. Sometimes you gotta deal with your elements if you're up in altitude. This is what we're dealing with in Asheville. We're up in the mountains. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next one.
Alright, Dylan, let's go.